Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Oh, give me a moment to fix my webcam because I did not do that before. Drag that there, turn that off, turn that off. Apply, okay, close. Hi, you can see me now. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a better week than I am. Oh, speaking of better week than I am kind of deal, let me double check what's going on with my J.Crew order. The fact that this is still a question is hilarious to me. But yeah, the whole like crazy that happened on stream on camera on Tuesday evening was not the end. Of course, I have been dealing with shit since then. I think we are finally more or less kind of in the clear. Um, yeah. Why is that still here? Oh, because details, just double checking. Yeah, 36, good. There should be two tracking numbers for this. When I click this button, it should show me, yeah, awaiting character pickup Tuesday, May 30th. Okay. So yeah, it's been crazy, but it looks like things are finally going properly. Basically, I finally submitted the order on Tuesday, right? And then woke up in the morning to an email telling me that one of them was out of stock and it was going to be canceled. Like they were just canceling that part of the order, just the one pair of shorts. So I was then going to get the 2-for-1 deal minus 1/3 of the cost, basically. And so I was going to get two pairs of shorts for 2/3 the cost instead of a full. Anyway, it was dumb. I wanted the 3 pairs of shorts. God damn it. um, so I gave them a call. First, I checked their website and it did not say they were out of stock. So I went ahead and just called them. And yeah, they weren't out of stock. And so I got them to place another order. So my credit card statement right now, like it's not done. There's still a bunch of pending charges on it. And I'm watching it like a hawk because there is a $40 charge on there from when I first bought the 2 pairs of shorts. Those ones I'm going to return. Those are the ones that are currently sitting in the store just north of the city. At some point this weekend or early next week, I will go to have them returned. So there's the charge for $40 for the 2 pairs of shorts that I bought before the promotion. Then there's a charge for $33 when I bought the 3 pairs of shorts with the promotion. Then there's a refund for $11 for the pair of shorts that they canceled. And then there's a charge for $11 for the pair of shorts that they actually ended up ordering me. All of this to get 3 pairs of shorts. It's like the dumbest fucking thing. I've never had this much of a problem before. It's so fucking weird. But there we are. That's not why my day/week sucks, but it is, dumb. There we go. I have what are apparently crunchy, chewy nerds. I think are honestly just nerds jelly beans. Probably. Nope, no, they're not. Oh. I don't know that I would call that chewy. I get where they're coming from. I disagree. I still like it. I do wish it were more of just a jelly bean texture on the inside. Nerds jelly beans are the best, and the fact that they only seem to sell them one time a year is stupid. That's what I thought. I thought they were. They aren't. They are way harder. Oh, but that one was nice and soft. That's what I want. That's a fucking jelly bean. I'm so confused. Are these or are these not Nerds jelly beans? Yeah, because the only time they sell the Nerds jelly beans is Easter, I think. Are you gonna open? Come on. There we go. The Nerds store. Oh. Hmm. Like, this is good. But I will say, like, looking at their little product line up here, I like the gummy a little better, I think. I mean, these are still not jelly beans. They are still not quite the right consistency. Jelly beans are top tier, easily. Jelly beans are top tier. Nerds Rope are right below that, and apparently now they have Nerds Gummy Clusters, which are like Nerds Rope, but they're little balls instead of the long rope of gummy. I love that idea. I'm also looking on here and being reminded that they have grape and strawberry Nerds. Like one box in this grape and strawberry, which is a fantastic combination that they unfortunately do not replicate anywhere else. The other one they have is watermelon and cherry, and that one I just can't get behind. Cherry, yes. Watermelon, no. I don't really like watermelon fake stuff, except for the Sour Patch Kids watermelon. Those I love. Those are good. Yeah. These are going to make my jaw hurt. This is going to make my jaw tired. I think that's the way that I can. Okay. Sorry, I got caught up reading a Washington Post article that was unfortunately up when I closed the window. So, I opened the window and there it was. I put it away. We're not looking at it. Not look at it, but it's like watching a train wreck, but I live in the train. Nancy Drew. See, it's funny because I wanted something sweet, and now that I have something sweet, I want something salty. Why am I just high? Like, is that what's happening right now? Am I... Phantom Blade Zero, why does that show up? Huh. That open? Weird. Alright, we just left off. We were doing a bunch of clam shit. Am I the problem? Rude. Right, here we go. Alright, we've been given the go-ahead to look around. So we're gonna look around.
Save King.
Okay.
Looks like you do a lot of shopping at Save King.
I do all my shopping at Save King.
I mean, knowing places like this, though not in the Pacific Northwest, they're in northern New York, like Adirondacks, New York. Save King is probably the only grocery store around. Like, come on, Nancy, don't be a dick.
Nothing behind this one.
$1992. Hilda Swenson wrote this. She wants the lighthouse to stay put. I'm guessing did that not happen? Considering it is, you know, like a derelict.
That's strange. What is this card thing?
Good question. Aunt Ira said it and the others like it have been on the walls in here since the place was built.
Hi, Go Boat Puppy. Welcome back. Oop, shoot. I don't know why that triggered my Google thing. So there's obviously a card-based puzzle. I mean, it's cards.
Nancy, how's it going?
It's been fun talking to you.
Later, Gator.
We can't get any more clam chowder. So I'm pretty sure the one bum Tren Elif thing that we got from the little gifts is a anagram. No, anagram. Words.
What's up?
See you in a bit.
Have fun. What's up?
See you in a bit.
I'll be right here.
Oh boy. I mean, everything looks good on my end. Hold on. What's it called? Witch Inspector time. Yeah, no, I'm running at a stable 4,377 kilobits per second. 30 frames per second, nice and smooth. It looks good. Not sure why you're having problems. Oh, it could be that. I keep hearing that the gasp.
What's up?
See you in a bit.
Not gonna confront you about that.
My brand new
Anagram.
anagram buster.
That's the word I wanted.
That need unscrambling, I'll be all set. Maybe I can use my handy-dandy anagram buster to figure out
Thank
what
you,
those
Nancy.
strange words on Hilda's gifts mean.
Alright. Oh, she's gonna do it for me. Manual assemble? What's the fucking point of the anagram buster program? It does nothing. It's just a way to visually put it there, like I could just do it here on my pad of paper. I am not good at anagrams. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get a hint. Just a hint. I don't wanna like ruin it. Not completely, not yet. Not that desperate. But I cannot remember how this works. Yep. Anagram, yep, I know that. Yep, I know that there's a thing. Come on. This was a completely useless hint. I'm at hint 9 out of 10, and the next thing is to give me the solution, which I do not want to do. The only thing I know is that it's 2 words. It's the only thing I know. That's a lot of letters for 2 words, though. Come on. Maybe what I can do is I can, like, cover most of my screen here and like just get the first couple letters. Okay. That works. It's T-E-L. Telephone? Telephone number, maybe? B-U-M, and, you know, number?
Telephone number. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it'll be easier for her to talk over the telephone. Makes sense. Alright. I do not know how to do telephone number, however, so we're gonna have to pop back over here. Here's a dash. And E is dot. Dot, dash, dot, dot. Dot, dash, dash, dot. Dot, 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 dot. Dash, dash, dash. Dash, dot. Dash, dot. Dot, dot, dash. Fuck. That was dumb. I don't know why I clicked. Ah, when I meant to click this. Dash, dash. Dash, dot, dot, dot. And dot, dash, dot. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Morse code from the lighthouse, baby. Where is the back button? Thank you. We have the combo, so we should be able to get it without a problem. Assuming we don't get stopped by the town asshole. That looks bad.
Whoa, that was close.
Okay, that was close. Moving on. 475. Nailed it. Oh, this place looks sad. A lever. Not sure what that did, but we'll, I guess we'll investigate it some more when we're done. Because I won't want to leave until we do the message. Up we go.
Looks like someone's been up here recently. Someone messy. That's today. Wonder why it's circled.
Interesting.
Looks like the bulb's missing.
Rip. Property of Coast Guard? That's a bit weird. Oh, we need a bulb. Don't have that. Ah! Secret door. To a secret basement. Secrets. Trapdoor? Curious. Oh, look. Light bulbs. Only 2 light bulbs out of that whole box.
Wonder why that's there.
Though the efforts of many built the wall seen here. Okay. Will I am Defoe? What? Hello. Welcome, welcome. Okay. No. No.
I should do dots and dashes for the whole thing.
Oh. Nope. Why do you know? Wait a minute. Well, each character press send when message is complete. Why do you like this? Hold on. I don't know what's just happened. T E L E. Shit.
Five.
What? Nancy, what the f- No, no. Delete that. What the shit, Nancy? My... Oh, I think I have to send... I have to send her something else first, don't I? Oh,
I should do dots and dashes for the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't want you to send the 5. Or I'm an absolute fucking idiot. I need to send My phone number. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay. 2 would be
2,
3,
3,
555,
5, 5, 5,
4399. Okay.
4, 3,
I don't actually know how to do 9. I do not recall. Okay. I don't want to go back to the boat to look up how to do 9.
nine,
There we go.
9. Nothing happens. Some part of the system must not be working.
Turn this.
There we go. Nothing happens. Some part of the system must not be working.
Is it not connected properly? Like,
Nothing happens. Some part of the system must not be working.
Nancy. Are you?
It's rusted shut.
I hate this. Aha. I missed something. Kind of important. A lot of things I missed. I forgot to call Casey back. He's kind of important right now. I'll do that, I guess. Alright, you old fart.
This is Casey.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. Any luck finding what shipwreck that piece of driftwood came from?
Sorry, can't talk now. I'm waiting for a real important call from Nancy Drew.
Casey, that's me. I'm Nancy Drew.
Oh, then I got some good news.
You know the name of the shipwreck?
The SS Whitechapel Dawn sank 5 years ago right there in the channel outside Snake Horse Harbor, about 1.5 miles due northwest of the lighthouse.
Really?
I hear that channel up there's been pretty busy, what with that orphaned whale messing things up for the fishermen and all. Anyway, everything fits except one thing.
I knew it was too good to be true.
The Whitechapel Dawn went down in deep water. Real deep water. Too deep for currents to be carrying debris up from it, just not...
Interesting.
Could a recent storm have churned things up down there?
I've been doing this type of research for 20 years, young lady. When I say something's not possible, it's not possible.
Yet somehow a piece of wood from it washed ashore. Was there anything unusual about that ship?
It was just a regular old freighter bound for San Francisco from Vancouver, British Columbia. Nothing unusual about it if you don't count the rumors.
What rumors?
About the smuggling.
Please, tell me everything.
Nothing to tell. After it sank, some crew members said there was something unusual about the cargo it had been carrying. That's all. No specifics, just rumors.
Why did the ship sink?
Official cause was foul weather. But whenever a boat goes down in those parts, they always unofficially blame it on... Oh, what do they call that sea serpent up there?
Caddy?
No thanks. Caddy!
No thanks.
Caddy! Anyway, this has been fun.
What did you think I offered you?
Back to work. By the way, I just got done emailing you something.
What?
I said, I just got done emailing you something.
Great, thanks. Well, goodbye, Casey.
Goodbye, Caddy.
I certainly hope he doesn't operate heavy machinery.
Ba-dum-bum. He's a librarian. No, he doesn't. Back to the boat. All right, what do we got? What page am I? Okay.
The Hot Kettle was originally called the Royal Flush Saloon.
Aha, cards. Cigarettes, liquor, illegal drugs, guns, human trafficking, exotic and endangered animals, health of protected or endangered animals, plants. Gotta make a bunch of royal flushes.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
It's been fun talking to you.
Later, Gator.
You again?
See you around.
Vote for Holt. Spread the word.
Still can't vote for you, asshole.
Nothing behind this one.
Alright, so it's spades? Can't be spades. Diamonds? It can be diamonds. I don't think they have to be in order. Struggling.
That should do it.
There we go. Okay. So we've done diamonds. Try and remember that. What else do we got? be hearts, could be clubs. Still could be hearts or clubs. I'm not sure. Okay. We'll try for one of them. We'll try for clubs, I guess.
That looks perfect.
All right, we got clubs. Cool. Diamonds and clubs are done. We just need to do spades and hearts. Looks like it's spades. Okay. Oh my god. Damn. Shit. I got lost. Oh, like I said, my jaw's getting tired of eating these things. They're really good though. Oh, I suck at this.
There, that looks right.
Nice. Spades. All we gotta do is hearts. That's in the other room. We found the little panel already. At least I thought we did. There we go. Okay, hearts. With the king. Ooh.
What was that?
Aha.
That's how those burglars got in here. I can't see a thing. I'm gonna need a flashlight.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
Do you have a flashlight I could borrow?
Sorry.
Sorry. Okay. People trying to eat their dinner, Nancy's running around flipping wall panels. I know, right?
Clam chowder really is awesome.
Say no more. Next one will be on the house, too.
That was delicious.
Here, let me get rid of that for you.
It's been fun talking to you.
Back at ya.
You again?
Would you happen to have a flashlight I could borrow?
Nope.
See you around.
Yeah, whatever.
Real helpful people. Check back with Katie. Those are noises.
Hey, what's going on?
Sounds like you're making progress.
I'm getting there. I remembered that a friend of mine had stashed some boat parts in my storage locker.
Jenna Devlin said some of the things that were stolen from her back room in that burglary were boat parts she'd bought at Save King.
And?
Do a lot of people around here buy boat parts from Save King?
Everyone around here shops at Save King for boat parts and practically everything else. Any other questions?
Would you by any chance have a flashlight?
I have a headlamp. I mean, I have one somewhere. I'm sorry, Nancy. I'm so hungry I can hardly see straight, let alone think straight.
Would you like a sandwich?
That would be awesome.
See you in a bit.
I'll be right here.
So this is a puzzle. It doesn't seem like it should be a puzzle. Let's make a sandwich, right? Well, make a sandwich with what? Because there's that cheese.
Much of a sandwich if I don't put something in it.
Or there's that cheese.
It won't be much of a sandwich if I don't put something in it.
I'm gonna go ahead real quick. We're gonna use some moldy cheese. I'm gonna use some mayonnaise that expired in 1994. Some hot sauce to give it some kick. Baking soda is probably good too. No, keep that. Shit. Hold on. Okay. Jellyfish sample. Moldy cheese. Baking soda. Habanero sauce. Expired mayonnaise. Bread. Keep. Hey, Katie. You want some food?
What's up?
Here's a sandwich for you.
Great.
Here you go.
I'm starving. Feels so good all of a sudden. What did you put in that thing? Oh man, I don't feel good at all.
You
Yeah.
Katie food poisoning?
Yeah.
No, I mean, not exactly. Something in the sandwich I made for her didn't agree with her.
Where is she now?
Outside, leaning over the rail and, you know.
Gee, Nan, I've never given any of your friends food poisoning. I'm sure it was just an honest mistake. Give it another try, Nancy. Just go easy on the salmonella this time. Very funny.
Very funny. Womp womp. Rip to Katie. Say, that kind of food poisoning, like jellyfish shit, that's, yeah. All right, whatever sandwich meat that is looks fine. There's cheese. Freedom mustard? I don't know what that means. No. Why can you not edit the sandwich? That's all I am asking. Edit the sandwich. How about that? Nice, lovely ham and cheese sandwich with mustard, lettuce, and tomato.
Here's a sandwich for you.
Great.
Here you go.
I'm starving. That was fabulous. Thank you. Okay, you wanted my headlamp. Where's my headlamp? Oh my gosh. It was right here in the engine compartment the whole time.
Thank you.
See you in a bit.
Be careful out there.
Be careful out there.
What's up?
Fuck,
you in a
go
minute.
away.
Be careful out there.
Be careful out there. Oh, let me turn around here. Hello, Digishell. Welcome, welcome. Got an itch on the top of my head. It's a weird spot. Ah. Oof, excuse me. Oof, excuse me again. And a third time. Oh, it's windy down here.
Camping gear is the last thing I need right now. A cairn. Wonder who made it. Another cairn.
Another cairn.
Glad I'm wearing comfortable shoes, because it looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of walking.
The music is so loud for some reason right now. Somebody tell this band to calm the fuck down.
Phew, I feel like I've walked for miles.
It's still loud.
Dear Ned, here I am on a ferry bound for Deception. Another cairn.
Another cairn. Nancy and her cairns. That looks like an anvil.
I already have some oil.
Where does this go?
Dead end. That sound. Where have I heard that sound before?
Ah.
There's obviously more to this, like the other half of the picture.
Over by the lighthouse, where that ding 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 noise is. They had a secret passageway in the place with clam chowder. You are correct. Not only did they have the secret passageway, but this is where they used to kidnap people with. Woo! And now someone's using it to burgle the whole town for reasons. I bought this other thing of candy, but like, I ate that whole bag of nerds and I am not eating anything else at this point. Like, that would be a very bad, not good idea.
Another cairn.
Another cairn. Game. Nancy Drew and the Mysterious Cairns.
I've got enough 10-penny nails, thank you very much.
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel, through the mountain. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. And I forget the rest of the verse, but secret tunnel. Oh my god, I would so do that. You have no idea. Like, Dream House has like tons of passageways, especially a secret room in the library. Like, I want a secret study that's in the library. I want a house that has a library, I think. Exactly, right? See, I want like the library to be the secret passageway in Crossroads. Like, there's at least 3 secret passageways there and a secret study. Like, you get the whole bunch. Do I have to do this again? 3, 4, 7, 5. Let's talk to Hilda Swenson first here.
Nothing happens. Some part of the system.
Is there a way
is
that
not
I can...
working.
Here we go.
Perfect.
There we go. She sent something back, but there we go.
Hello?
Hello, Nancy. Hilda here.
Hilda? Hilda Swenson?
Easy, girl. It's not like you're talking to the Queen of England or anything. Although I did meet her once. Stuffy lot, those Windsors.
Well, I have bad news for you, Hilda. Who is this? Ah. Yeah, I love her. I love her deeply. Hilda Swenson's amazing. Her fucking voice is this marvelous transatlantic nothing that makes no fucking sense. So it's perfect.
How did you know my name?
Where there's a will and a satellite internet connection, there's always a way.
Everyone thinks you're crazy, but you don't seem crazy.
People think what I want them to think. But let's get on with it. We may be running out of time. I've sent you an email. Read it, follow the instructions, and we'll do lunch.
That'd be great.
No. It's just an expression, dear. No one in Hollywood ever really has lunch when they say they're going to do lunch.
Oh.
I'll be in touch. And rest assured, I'll be watching. Which reminds me, someone's been up in the lighthouse. I couldn't see who. I hope they aren't doing any damage.
They did leave kind of a mess.
We really must put a stop to this, Nancy. Ciao.
I love her. Like, like, what if you had a femme fatale that was also, like, not trying to be sultry in any way? She was just trying to be, like, posh, but in a very 1940s media depiction of Connecticut way. Like, Katharine Hepburn trying to be purely femme fatale. Katharine Hepburn trying to be Jessica Rabbit. Hey. Oh. What's down here? Oh. Whoa. I know nothing.
I'm in the sea caves.
Thank you, Nancy. I'm in the sea caves. There's nothing else to do down here. Okay. Oops. Nancy Chews. I mean, she did go through that entire secret cave, secret tunnel, being like, another cairn, another cairn, another cairn. Like, honey. Excuse me.
Where's all this water coming from? Phew.
A lot of fish. He needed a project. Here we go. I left something for you at the coordinates below. As you can see, some of the numbers in the coordinates have been replaced by letters. To figure out what the numbers of the letters represent, take a good look at these equations. Number of nuns surrounding Snake Horse Harbor, the ID number of a buoy that's got graffiti on it, number of isophase buoys surrounding Snake Horse Harbor plus 4, how many dollars Jenna charges for a cup of clam chowder, number of cairns in the tunnel. Just the kind of person I was hoping for. Smart, resourceful, tenacious, and curious. Keep it up. I mean, if you know that I'm the one to help you stop the thing, then why don't you just tell me what is the thing? But nope, we gotta do more puzzles, so alright. You write it down. N48 42 dot A B C. Okay. West 123 08 dot 7 D and E. And I will do A, B, C, D, E. Okay. A is nuns. B is ID, graffiti ID. C is isophase plus 4. And charter. And cairns. What do we got? Must be stuff about buoys in here, right? Nautical terms. Here we go. Isophase. Pattern used a lot is by some lighted buoys where the light is on and off for equal intervals. It's on for 2 seconds, off for 2 seconds. Okay. None. Red even numbered buoy. Okay. Red and even. Isophase is equal time on off. There we go. Graffiti ID, cairns, and clam chowder. All right, nothing else. That will teach us. Let's do the stuff at the Hot Kettle Cafe first, and then we'll go out on the water, because when we're out on the water, we can just plug the numbers in to the GPS and go right there.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
Did you know that there's a trap door in the floor of your banquet room?
A trap door? No. Where does it go?
It drops down into a tunnel, and when I explored it, I found trap doors going up into 2 other shops.
A tunnel? I don't know anything about it.
Maybe those stories about all those sailors getting shanghaied are true after all.
Look, tunnels are dangerous. I don't want you going down there anymore.
Oh no, I'll be fine.
I mean it. Just forget about this whole thing.
Only if you call the sheriff and tell him about it.
No! Okay, look. I guess if you're real careful, you can keep poking around down there. But I don't want you telling anybody else about that tunnel without coming to me first. I got my reasons. I've also got work to do.
However,
I don't have time to talk right now. Sorry.
wow. Anyway, clam chowder is $3 a cup. So. I know how to draw 3s. Right, cairns.
You again?
See you around.
Yo ho ho.
Let's see here. We've got 1 cairn. This the one? So far. 2.
Another cairn.
3. 4. 5. Okay.
Looks like the only way out of here is the way I came in.
Boo. Point of having a secret door if you can't use the secret door. Like, come on, Nancy. Ugh. Hello. Welcome. I am trans because I am. I don't know what else to say there. And I am using a cheat engine. I don't think they make cheat engines for Nancy Drew. But okay. I mean, I will openly admit to using a website that allows you to get hints when I'm stuck on puzzles. But yeah, since it's a single player game and I can kind of do whatever I want, that's not usually a problem. I do not identify as a woman. No, I am a man. Not quite. No, I'm non-binary, so I am assigned male at birth, and I still identify as a man. About a year and a couple months ago, I had breast implants, however. And I am currently looking into different other ways that I'd like to look into transitioning surgically. So, it's complicated. If it sounds complicated, it's because it is. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. So now I gotta count the nuns and find the one that has graffiti on it, and the isophase buoys, which will be fun because this is a hard part to navigate. Okay. I think that one's an isophase. And a nun. It's 12, right? Yeah. Okay, so that would be one here and one here. I'm gonna do tallies. Isophase is not restricted to just the red ones, so... Okay. Number 8 is the one with graffiti, so that's B. There we go. Yeah, they are kind of hard to read otherwise, right? Like, and I'm having trouble telling whether this one over here on the left part of my screen is one that I've already seen or...
Channel marker. Lady said not to go past them.
Why can't you go right there, darling? Okay, maybe I approach it from this direction, but then no. Okay, so we've already counted 12. That's done. It's over. We've already got that one. Okay, don't mess with it. And that is not isophase. This is a nun, however. I did not count that as a nun. I don't know about that one back there. I have no idea. That one is also a nun. Okay, so we have 3 nuns and 1... I hope that's right. Let's try it. No. No, I am not going to do that. That is a very odd thing to ask a person who you don't know. Especially here on stream. And I will ask you to please stop and not do that again. Thank you. Okay, what do we got? N 48 42 381. No. Shit. I messed up. Oh, because it's 385. I'm sorry. It's isophase plus 4. And I have one isophase plus 4. Okay, 385. Also not correct. Did I mess up? Huh. I do not have Kool-Aid on my hair. No, this is professional dye. Well, those are both even. I guess the question is whether that one back there is even or not, but I don't know. I can't tell. And I don't know how I can tell. I think that says 10? It might say 10. So 4, 8, 5? We'll try. That was correct. Okay, so yep, that was a 10, and it was really hard to find and read. We'll keep that in mind, I guess. 08 735 38 waypoint. Now we have to navigate to that somehow. Guesswork saves the day. I mean, right? Come on. All right. How? Like right in front of me somewhere. Ah. A buoy.
I don't know when it opens yet. Hello?
All right.
Hello, Nancy. I commend your ability to take direction and to follow through. You're definitely a cut above, and for that, you've just been rewarded.
What am I supposed to do with this thing?
You're to take it with you, but for now, listen carefully. I hope you like poems.
I don't.
Below ground is a rock with a strange anvil look.
Okay, that's in the
Near it,
caves.
behold what's above. Letters found at the beach will put a new spot in reach. Letters only a sailor could love. Oh, my apologies, dear. I'm many things, but I'm afraid I'm not much of a poet.
Okay.
Not that I'm
I don't know what to say, honey.
You just gave me whatever it is you want me to have.
Or I could simply give it to you. You might just turn around and toss it away. But if I make you earn it, you'll feel like it's yours and use it properly. Now, where was I? The device.
Okay.
Found.
Sure.
It'll come in
That's.
handy when you get
Yep.
where you're going after you've gone where my poem takes you. Goodbye, Nancy.
Oh no, please don't hang up. I've got so many questions.
Rip. Nope. And I don't remember the poem. That's maybe the more important thing. What kind of logic? Indeed. Indeed. All right. I think she has a notepad on her laptop. Journal. Okay. Low ground is a rock with a strange anvil look. That's in the caves. When you're near it, behold what's above. Letters found at the beach will put a new spot in reach. Letters only a sailor could love. Letters only a sailor could love. Right, I was gonna say, I think it's probably more like 8-8, but because it seems like, if you just look at it, it's like, oh, it's 4-4 time, but no, it's actually 3 + 3 + 2. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1. It's technically 8 eighths notes in a measure, which is the same as 4-4 time, but no, it's different. 8-8 is one of my favorite time signatures, I'm not gonna lie. 7-8 and 8-8 are really fun times. 7-8 is usually like 2-2-3, 2-3-2, or 322. Personally, I like 223. No, I'm sorry. 322. I'm sorry. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's just so driving, no matter what it is. Sorry, I just got sidetracked. I at least majored in the right thing and am in the right general profession when I have a favorite time signature. Like, the fact that I have one alone is enough. I mean, the reason that you can tell I'm a librarian is because I have a favorite what? I have a favorite citation style. It's Chicago to Arabian. APA sucks and I hate it and I want it to die. And MLA is Weenie Hut Jr. So I don't usually give it a lot of thought. There are other styles, but like those are the three major ones in at least academia in the United States. And yeah, it's Chicago all the way. So thank God. Like, seriously, who was I telling this to? It was one of my colleagues at work, and he was basically saying that he doesn't really have a horse in the race. He doesn't really care. And I'm like, I am 100% aware that there is no reason to have a strong opinion on this, and yet I do. Like, don't get me wrong, I will support anything ultimately because it's my job, but I will take every opportunity I can to teach people why APA sucks and Chicago is the superior system. Like, any opportunity that I can.
There's an opening up there. It goes to another tunnel.
Ah, the letters that only a sailor could love. The port, starboard, blah, 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 blah. So, here we go. I've got it. It's left. Then right. Then right again. Shit. Oh no, wait a minute. Fuck. Oh no, 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 I'm lost. Shit. Fuck. Let's see if I can. Okay, we're back at the beginning. Get back up there, Nancy. Okay. Left. Is this right? That might be right. Right, I think it is. Left. Left. Right. 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 Left. Left. Right. Left. Left. Aha! We've got another stupid thing for the stupid. I'm writing so many notes here. I am writing so many notes. And 48, 42, 522, and West 123, 08, 799.
More coordinates. I should have known.
Now getting back out, question mark. Oh. Clicking randomly, hoping for the best here. Ah! And sometimes hoping for the best works out all right. Nice. Go back out. And And now we get on the bike, go to the boat. The best part is, you know, this scavenger hunt must have cost her a shitload of money. So she's just sitting on that island, like, being rich and completely alone. Like, we kind of have to stand a little bit. Like, if there's going to be a way to do it. If you're not going to help people with your money, at least make it fun, right? I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. And do Carnegie things. That's not what I wanted. There we go. APA, yeah, APA sucks. I had to do it for my last degree sometimes because technically, so I have 3 degrees, right? The first is a Bachelor of Arts in Music Performance, and so it's a BA. The second is a Master of Music and Performance, so it's an MM. And the last is referred to in the industry, whatever, libraries, as a Master of Library and Information Science, but it is actually a Master of Science degree. Like, I have an MS. And because it is a science, it uses APA. Fucking sucked. I hate it. I hated it so much. It was so stupid. Every opportunity I could get to avoid using it, I did. Aha! Another buoy. That's a box? Aha. We're about to get a call. There she is.
Uh-oh, I'm getting predictable. This really will be our last conversation.
Oh, I hope not. I'd really like to meet you.
I'm afraid that's not going to happen. So, here you are in the home stretch.
What if I told you that I'm not going to do anything else until you tell me why this is so important to you?
Okay, look. When I made my exit from Snake Horse Harbor, I left everything behind. You know, to kind of prove that I'd lost all my marbles. Problem is, I left behind something that I realize now I should have taken with me. My notebook on Benjamin Hawkins. Someone has obviously found it and is misusing it. See, my husband explored every inch of land in, around, and under Snake Horse Harbor. What we discovered, and we discovered everything, we wrote down in that notebook.
So this fishy thing that's going on, you feel like it's your fault.
Precisely. So, use what I just gave you and take a look at the boat and the bottle that Andy has. A really good look. When the time comes, you'll know what to do with what you see.
One more thing. Why do you want everyone to think you're crazy when you're obviously not?
Oh, Nancy. After my husband died, I just got bored. I love the San Juans, but the people of Snake Horse Harbor, I got tired of them. So I moved across the channel, and to make sure people left me alone.
You pretended to be nuts.
But then I got to thinking that it might be a good idea to make contact with someone trustworthy, just in case. Hence the messages in the bottles. Now, get going before it's too late. And what I just told you, keep it to yourself, okay?
Sure. So you won't be calling me anymore?
No. This, as they say in the business, is a wrap.
Well, I've enjoyed knowing you.
And I you. Thank you, Nancy.
Goodbye, Hilda.
Honestly, seriously, just fucking some points, like, I am a social creature. I love being an extrovert. And there are still some points where I'm like, fucking goals. Like, goals. Just private island, everyone thinks you're nuts, everyone leaves you alone, you've got more money than you need. Like, you're fine. It'd be kind of cool to have a private island. I do think that I would ultimately hate being alone for that long, though, so I can't pretend that I would really like it. Let's draw, because that's fun. Ultimately, I think whatever I draw will be enough. Okay, good enough. Templar Cross. Ooh. Something something secret world joke. And then a nautical star, which is I'm gonna fail at this, so just... Oh no. Yep, I failed. Wow, this is fucking bad. Good enough. All right, sure. Okay. All right. What if I just talk to what's his face here?
Hi, Nancy.
Someone broke into the hot kettle today.
No kidding. Wow, that's the third one this week.
Apparently all they took was food and boat parts.
Sounds a lot like those 2 other burglaries.
Thanks for your time.
Drop by again.
You're real helpful. Where am I going with this? Go to the lighthouse. We'll go in from there. How long it takes her to get around this place? It can't be that big. Like, I bike pretty fast, and it takes me... Shit, I forgot. Longer than this. 3, 4, 5, 7. Nope. 7, 5. Sorry, just complete dumb right there. I can read. Okay. Okay. Then that. Nope, that's wrong. Okay, so it's the nautical star first then. Process of elimination more than it is actually. Ho ho ho! Was ist das? Ooh.
Goes to.
Only one way to find out. We gotta get in the boat. Fuck. There we go. Secret Tunnel Part 2. Wonder if she has anything to say for herself yet.
Are you aware that there's a whole lot of fish going bad in your freezer?
Of course I am. Whoever tore up my engine damaged my wiring, too. Refrigerator's out, freezer's out, TV's out.
What were you planning to do with it?
All right. I've been feeding the orca, okay?
Aha!
I'm not the only one.
J'accuse!
To feed her much, and there's not enough natural fish in the channel for her to exist on, yet she's doing fine. Which means someone else is feeding her too. You know, this is not a good time for me to be trying to entertain a house guest. How about a rain check?
I'm fine with the way things are, but if you insist.
As soon as I get this fixed, I'll take you to the mainland so you can catch a flight back to River Heights. I'm sorry, Nancy.
Like there aren't other places I could stay. Nancy has so much fucking money. Like, her father is a very wealthy man. Wait. Like, we gotta stop pretending that Nancy is, like, not high-level upper middle class. Like, she can afford to take vacations whenever the goddamn the hell she wants. Just like that weird dissonance of me watching Murder, She Wrote, where half the time they treat Jessica Fletcher like she's just this like sweet middle class grandma figure, and the other half the time she's like has senators on speed dial. I don't think speed dial was a thing at that point. She has like senators in her Rolodex. There we go. It's the 1980s. So like it's it's like, is she rich or is she not? She gave $100,000 away as like in 1984, I think it was. Let's see here. So let's just say, I think it was 1984 that this episode was. So it was $100,000 that she gave as like a charity project in Cabot Cove. And she like signed the check like it was no big fucking deal. She was kind of like, it's a lot of money, but I have it and it's fine. And that is almost $300,000 that she's able to just drop. And we're acting like well, she might have, no, she didn't. She still wrote on a typewriter, and I mean, it wasn't an electronic. It was like a Smith Corona kind of a deal, you know?
Wow, this must be where Benjamin Hawkins used to hide out.
Like, gasp! A smuggling operation. Ooh!
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, Nancy, you're gonna fucking die.
Wow! Someone's trained her. She's not wild at all.
Yeah. So, fun fact, there's a pod of orcas off of, I think, the Spanish or Portuguese coast that's just, like, overturning ships. For fun, by what it seems. The working theory is that there was an orca pup that might have gotten injured by a ship when it was young and then started teaching the other whales how to do it when they figured out how to, like, successfully overturn boats. Not saying that that's like, because there's a whole bunch of memes going around the internet being like, I'm joining the war on the side of the orcas or stuff like that, but I'm sitting here being like I needed another reason to be afraid of the ocean. Like, thank you. Thank you so much. Or play ball with the orca.
Maybe she wants to play catch. What a smart whale.
One more. Okay, one more. I'm sorry, I lied. Okay.
That piece of driftwood I found must have come from a container just like this one.
So someone's dredging up old shit.
Firestone. Those must belong to
Like, gasp. That's why she wanted me gone. She thought she could just avoid the whole thing. A marine animal harness. Harness series S22X juvenile orca. Tyler made marine animal harnesses. So you remember that I said it goes fucking bonkers. Yeah. She doesn't comment on it though. You can't imagine what that's for, right?
Hello?
Hi, Nance. We're bored silly here, so we thought we'd give you a call. What's going on?
Great
This is
timing.
bad timing. No.
Believe what I just discovered.
What? Tell us.
For one thing, that orca that's been causing all the trouble around here, it's not wild at all. It's been trained.
How do you know?
Because I played fetch with it. I'd toss something into the water, and it would use its head to kind of bonk it back to me.
Maybe it just picked that up on its own.
No, see, I found this hidden sea cave, and in it was this harness-type thing like the military uses on the orcas that it trains.
The military orcas. We're just gonna accept that as fact. We're not gonna question that at all. Military trained orcas.
In the cave, there were also some cargo containers. They were from the Whitechapel Dawn.
You think somebody trained the orca to retrieve containers from that shipwreck?
Casey the librarian did say the ship could have been smuggling something, and people don't usually bother smuggling something unless it's valuable.
Who trained it? That's what I want to know.
Well, in that hidden sea cave, I came across something else.
What?
A pair of work gloves. They had Katie's name on them.
Oh my gosh. Katie's behind all this?
Not necessarily. Those gloves may have been stolen from her.
Have you asked her about them?
Not yet. I'm on my way to do that right now.
Well, get going and let us know what she says as soon as she says it.
I will.
So weirdly, for some reason, I have this memory of this part of the game that I don't know is Mandela effect or what, but I seem to recall that it was not the United States military, that it was the Russian military, and this was a Russian military trained orca. But I might be wrong.
Hang on, I'll be right with you.
You again?
I need a favor. I need you to take me out on your boat.
Right now? What for?
Well, it's a long story, but Katie Firestone may or may not be involved in something illegal.
I'm not taking my boat out now. It's almost dark. Just call the Coast Guard.
They won't do anything. I don't have proof.
Look, I'm not going anywhere. And if you know what's good for you, neither are you. Just forget it.
Asshole.
I heard everything you told Holt. Believe me, there's nothing I'd like better than to help you get the goods on Ms. High and Mighty. But I got a cafe to run. Try Andy Jason.
All right, you guys are real helps, you know. Just saying.
Hi, Nancy.
I was hoping you could help me.
I was just about to close up shop, but what do you need?
It turns out that Katie's been feeding the orca.
You're kidding me.
I'd really like to talk to her about that and some other stuff. But she and her...
Some other stuff.
Although I have an idea where she went.
Some other stuff.
Me to give you a ride?
Just partway. I'd like to try to sneak up on her.
Sneak up on her?
I need you to take me out 1.5 miles due northwest of the lighthouse. Please, this is really important. I can explain on the way.
Oh, man. You've got me so curious there's no way I can say no. You just got yourself a boat ride. Be careful. I'll be waiting right here.
Oh, that's a big boat.
Whale's making her final dive.
Good. The launch just brought in the last of the stuff that was stored in the sea cave. Another hour, and we'll be out of here.
It's sneaky time. Unlike that one part of...
If he sees me, I'm done for.
Unlike that part of,
What are you eating?
Beef jerky. Liberated it from that camping supply place. Want some?
Still can't believe you robbed those places. The boss was fit to be tied, especially after you hit that cafe.
Having that tunnel with all those trap doors and nobody suspecting a thing? It was like being a kid with a key to the candy store. I couldn't help myself.
what's in those. Those look like animal fur.
Aha, they're getting smuggled animal fur.
Hey, no snoozing. Boss says this Nancy Drew person is a real troublemaker.
Like she's gonna show up out here.
I'm just telling you what the boss told me. Keep your eyes open.
Avalon Project Sentry Salvage Corporation? Where am I going anyway? I don't actually know.
What was that?
Shit!
Uh-oh.
Womp.
You're toast, sister, with a capital T.
The funny thing is, I recognize that voice actress is also Lonnie Manella, who voices Nancy, just doing a different voice. Yeah, no, unfortunately, unlike the last time that we were playing a brave heroine on a cargo ship, we can't blow it up and sink it in the middle of the Mediterranean, because this is not, as much as I would like it to be, this is not Tomb Raider, so...
Where'd you put the notebook?
Boss has it.
Nice of Hilda Nutjob to leave it behind like that, huh?
Couldn't have pulled this off without it, that's for sure.
Okay, we got a ways to get below decks. Ah! Hello.
That must be the orca I saw before. Katie? Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. Twist.
Nancy, I was afraid no one would ever find me.
What happened? How did you get here?
I fixed my boat and went right out to check on the whale, only the fog was rolling in and it was getting dark. Then I finally saw her, only she was being fed by some men in an outboard. They were putting some sort of harness on her. When they saw me, they rammed my boat, then grabbed me, tied me up, and brought me here. I don't know what's going on.
I think I do. They're using the whale to bring up smuggled cargo from a shipwreck.
Shh. Listen. Someone's coming. Hide! Hide!
Well, Katie,
Gasp! It's Whale World Guy.
He will be joining us any minute. Hey, how'd you get that gag off? Well, it appears she's already here. All right, where are you? Nancy.
If I could make it back to my kayak, I could go get help.
Somebody stop her!
Oh no, I'm trapped!
Well, what do we have here?
I knew it was you all along, and I told Holt and Jenna, if anything happens to me, they'll know you did it.
Unfortunately.
Try. But I can smell a bluff a mile away. You're about to become the victim of an unfortunate kayaking accident. Or maybe I'll tell my customers that the snake horse got you. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Ah.
What did you do that for? Say goodnight, Nancy.
Womp.
Nuts.
Nuts.
Way to go, buddy!
Okay, yeah, I don't...
Are you on board? This is Holt Scotto. I'm here with the Coast Guard. Nancy.
Dear Ned, I've got to hand it to Andy. The plan he cooked up to recover smuggled animal furs was a darn good one. First, he got himself an orca that the Russians had trained for
There it is.
military
There it is.
operations. Then he
Yep.
made it look like the whale was an orphan, so he could hide her in plain sight while she did his dirty work at night. Then he and his henchmen disabled Katie's boat to keep her out of their way. They needed work gloves, so they stole hers. In fact, Andy's henchmen couldn't resist using the tunnel they'd found out about in Hilda's notebook to steal practically everything they could get their hands on. But now Andy and his buddies are in jail, Jenna is serving more clam chowder than ever, Katie is planning to vote for Holt after all, the orca is getting along great with a local pod and is rapidly losing interest in humans, and I'm back on the ferry headed home. See you soon, Nancy. P.S. Just before I left, I saw something appear, then quickly disappear in the channel by Katie's boat. She said it was just a log, but I'm pretty sure it was you-know-who saying goodbye.
Sure. Sure, we'll go with that. Sure. Let's see what award I get. Finding an Easter egg. Arakari. Okay. That's it? That's the only, nothing fun? Alright. Sure.
Hey, fellow detective, ever been to... I haven't, but I've been invited to one. It's in Arizona, and it's called Shadow Ranch, and I can't wait to go. You're invited too, but I should probably warn you, it could be a little dangerous.
Why? Is Arizona that dangerous? Ghost horse. Secret of Shadow Ranch. One of the most famous Nancy Drew classic books, so it makes some sense. But and it is beloved by this company. It is dangerous and hot. That's fair. It is Arizona. I mean, hey, they're no longer controlled by a Republican Party, so there is that at least. It's like a one election cycle break from bad control, but still. All right, let me get set up for the ranking here. Give me a moment. Let's start with the soundtrack as always. Hit the remix button. Gotta change the background color because it changes the color every time for some reason. And then we have to do this. Okay. Turn that off. Then transition. Okay, so soundtrack. I gotta be honest with you, the soundtrack to this game is fucking fire. Like, it's great, honestly. Like, it is better than Treasure in the Royal Tower pretty easily in my mind. Like, it's just way more immersive and more fun and more, like, varied in a lot of great ways. And it does a really good job of, like, creating a sense of place through a very diverse sound stage, right? Because you've got like the kind of Celtic jig sort of vibe that happens in a couple of things, which, you know, the connections to actual Ireland are not at all explored, but whatever. So yeah, it's got that. It's got kind of like the ethereal ocean sounding kind of stuff. That's really great. And then it's got the kind of dangery stuff, but also like a dirge sort of deal. Like there's a whole bunch of really good stuff, and it all kind of feels really well connected to what you're actually playing, right? The only one that I think that does this better so far is Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Treasure in the Royal Tower is good. It's great, amazing. It doesn't do it as well. It does have a little bit of like generic vibe more than, I mean, less so than the rest of them. But like this is just, I don't know. It's top tier for me. Easy peasy. I'm putting it right up there. That's where that goes. Done and done. So now we've talked about the soundtrack. Let me go and delete the old one. So weird that I have to delete and then recreate. Like, I can't keep the same list, but whatever. Okay. All right. So, game-wise, let's talk about this. So we already know the soundtrack is an absolute banger. There's no need to go any more on about that because it's fantastic. The characters are really well done. Like, not even just the main characters, but the additional ones, like Pritivichu, Dr. Pritivichu, Casey, what's his face, at the library, and Hilda, like, all really clear personalities. They're not as memeable, for instance, as like Professor Hotchkiss is, or even some of the more annoying ones, like all the way down to Final Scene, Fight the Power. But they aren't like Final Scene where they're just like, you know, no one is a cardboard cutout of a character, right? They all have a pretty individual stance on what they feel about the Orca. And then the story itself, while it is abso-fucking-lutely bonkers, like, don't get me wrong, using a former Russian military trained Orca attached to a harness to get deep sea salvage from a ship that was smuggling furs from Canada. That is so many layers to just casually drop like it's nobody's business. But it still does that, and despite the fact that it is absolutely stupid, they go with it and they sell it. And you know what? We gotta stand. It's great. It's good. Not only that, but then it pulls the fast one at you at the end. Like, it has the twist where you are 95% sure it's Katie. She's had all this incriminating stuff thrown at her so far. There's been almost no evidence that it was Jason the whole time. And then you get out there, you find her tied up, and you're like, oh shit, it's not her. You hide and you find out it's Jason. Is his name Jason? Fuck, I forget now. That sounds wrong. I think it's Jason. Let me double check that. I feel like that doesn't work. I'm having a moment. Hold on. Andy. Nope, it's Andy. I don't know why I had Jason in my head. Andy Jason. That's why. It might be because his name is Andy Jason. Shit. But you don't realize that it's Andy the whole time. And then you see him and you're like, oh crap. And then, like, retroactively, you apply all the logic. You know, like, he wants everyone to stay away from the Orca because that means that he can continue doing his operation. He wants to buy Katie Firestone out so that he can keep her away from the operation. Like, it's all right there. It's all right there. It's really well laid out, really well presented. The characters are great. The puzzles are fun. The gameplay is fun. Like, it still doesn't make sense, but it's just really fucking good game. I had said at the beginning of this that this is one of my favorites, and it was probably going to be a little bit of a bias. It is going up in S tier. It's still not my favorite. My favorite is still Secret of the Scarlet Hand, hands down. But this is really close. So that's our ranking. That is our ranking. Let's delete the old one as per usual. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to my chatting thing. So yeah, that is the end of our stream. And the end of our stream for the week too. So thank you all for coming. This was a lot of fun. I love this is the game that started the channel, actually. I know it's not what I started with. The first game that I played was Secrets Can Kill, and I played through the entire Nancy Drew series. But this game, I just kind of popped in a friend's place. I was playing it in their living room and just laughing at it because, again, it's absurd, and it's hilarious how absurd it is. And I just yeah, I was playing it and they were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm playing the game. They're like, put it on the TV. So I put it on the TV and I started narrating along, and that's kind of how the channel idea came to be. So yeah, that's how the channel got started. It is one of my absolute favorites, despite its wackiness. I think actually maybe not despite, but because of its wackiness to some degree. It like is it's perfectly typific Nancy Drew in the same way that Secret of the Scarlet Hand is. There is this element of zany to it that normal people in the real world would not accept as true logic. Which is why playing it, especially as adults, we're like, what the fuck is this? But like, it's so perfectly handled diegetically that it ends up just working. So it's one of my favorites. So yeah, I'm really happy to have gotten to show that with you. The next one, Secret of the Shadow Ranch. My slight it's like I said, it's far and away one of the most beloved Nancy Drew games that there is. People love this thing. I understand why. It is fun. My personal view on it is it's not my favorite. It's just not, it's fine. Like, I enjoy playing it to some degree, but I've never really had like the hankering to play it, you know? So it'll be interesting to revisit it again with a bit more of a critical eye, especially now that we're kind of going through this. I'm honestly thinking that's what we're going to do next week, so keep that in mind. But I will not be streaming this weekend. So I will see you again on Tuesday at 8:30, where we will start Secret of Shadow Ranch. In the meantime, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers for supporting the channel in the way they do. Thank you very much. If you want to hit the subscribe button, you can support this channel directly. If you are an Amazon Prime member, you get one free Twitch channel subscription. And if you would consider giving that one to me, I would be very, very grateful. Give me some of Jeff Bezos's money. I want to thank my followers as well. Thank you so much for giving me the support that you do. If you follow me, you will get a notification when I go live. If you want notifications ahead of time, you can follow me at BOSTrophyWife on Instagram and on Twitter. I announce usually day of and announce the game that I'm going to be playing and when it will happen. But the most up-to-date place for all those kind of updates is going to be here in the Discord. There is a link right there in the chat. Feel free to click on that and you'll be invited to our Discord Discord server. That's the word I want. Our Discord server, we've got a nice little community there. We have great support, nice fun chat, great memes, and I also put up a lot of polls about what games to play next when it does come time for that. Since we are in a big Nancy Drew run right now, and I'm feeling a lot of momentum with Nancy Drew, like, we're going to keep riding that until I get tired, and then we'll take a break. And I have a couple of ideas of what we can play either when we take a break or when we're done with Nancy Drew. So, if you want to have a say in what the channel does next, that is the best place to do that. I do also have a YouTube channel, BOSTrophyWife, all the way over there. I'm going to be updating that this weekend. I know I said that I was going to update it a while ago. Things have been busy. Things have been crazy. I have not been able to update the YouTube channel in a couple of weeks at this point, so it is a little bit behind, and there are actually some videos that you cannot watch at the moment. I am sorry about that. Like I said, I'm going to get that fixed soon. But it is my entire stream archive going all the way back to the first ever stream that I did. So if you want to check out any of the games that I played before, including the first time that I played through the Nancy Drew games on stream, I did it many times before though, so do keep that in mind. But you can check that out. And then finally, I do have a tip jar through Ko-fi. The link is right there in the chat. If you want to throw me a couple of extra bucks for whatever reason, if you're a subscriber and you want to support me a little bit more, or if you can't subscribe right now but you like to throw me a couple of bucks anyway, that is the best place to do it. So thank you very much. Any little bit definitely helps. That is it for tonight. That is it for the week. Thank you all for joining me again on this crazy saga that I've had of a week. I look forward to this. It is such a highlight of my week almost every week. So even just getting a little bit of like vent time and just getting to play a silly game or something Always fun. And I've been saying recently that while this takes up a large portion of my life, and I'm not gonna lie, it is stressful to get ready for this and like stream regularly, keep a schedule, and make time for it. And there's a possibility that I might have to cut back a little bit over the summer to make room for schedule. We'll see how things go. Because I have to find time in my schedule to pad out like 3.5 hours in Monday through Thursday, so I can take all of Fridays off. But I really do enjoy streaming here, and I really do enjoy getting the chance to try different games that I guess I wouldn't normally have tried. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of the classic LucasArts point and clicks, for instance, I probably would never have bothered playing, except for the fact that I'm streaming it here, and I know that they are really prominent point and click games, and this channel's kind of tended towards adventure games and point and clicks. So, you know, I get to play games that I normally would not have given a second look at. And some of them have been really wonderful. Some of them have been really great. And then I also really enjoy the games that I get suggested here too. So, you know, it's expanded my gaming world, and I very much appreciate that. So I really do enjoy streaming. Anyway, sappy moment over. It's late at night. We're ending a little early, and like Elliot said, I am hoping to play a little bit more Zelda. So I hope everyone has a great night and has a great weekend. If you're in the United States, I hope you have a great long weekend. If you are going to get Memorial Day off, if not, I hope it is restful nonetheless. I will see you next Tuesday. I keep doing that. I will see you on Tuesday, where we will start The Secret of Shadow Ranch at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Mwah.